What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about compound today, and I want to go over the price action that's happening right now. I think we literally are about to blast off. I know I've been saying that for days now, but man, it looks so good. This is such a textbook thing that we did today over the last 24 hours. I'll go over it, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay, but let's assume that I'm not until I'm proven wrong, right? So a few days ago, I made a video talking about this diamond pattern, right? I know I did, but this, like, you can see it in the price action, right? If you can't see it, let me kind of draw for you. It's going to be a horribly drawn diamond, but something like that, right? And you can see that we've broken up. We've broken to the upside. Now, generally with diamond patterns, I said this in my last video, but from what I know about diamond patterns, from what people who have more experience than I do in this thing, in this little game we call technical analysis, say about diamond patterns, is they're very they're known to be fast, right? Which I would say so far that's a pretty steady growth up. They're known to be fast and volatile, very fast and volatile. Okay. High velocity and volatile is what Thomas Wilkowski would say. And when they break out, they're known for these pullbacks specifically to the point of break. If we drew this as like best as we could, right? Like something like that, right? That's your top point. And we can draw the bottom part too, sure, but I don't think we need it, but yeah, sure. That's probably your bottom point. So not the apex, but the breakout point right here, right? You broke out like right there, technically, actually. Let's put a line right at the place you broke out. It was technically right there. You pulled back and touched the breakout point. You barely did not touch it, but I would call that pulling back to the breakout point. Maybe you still go a little bit lower. Maybe compound does, but if we move down to $54, $53, I mean, we probably wouldn't. We at the lowest, I think $54 actually. But anything right now, guys, it's like a last chance to buy before this thing really takes off and gets above these highs here. And what's significant about that, based off of diamond patterns, really, you kind of measure from like the bottom to the top, and then at your breakout point, that's your measure move, right? Something like that. That would take us only to like $77. You can exceed that. You can exceed $77. Absolutely, you can. That's the measure move. But the reason why I think we will well exceed 77 is because once we're at $77, we're all the way up here. We're all the way at this weekly high close that we have. And I've already told you guys that on any given week, any given day, if we close above $63, I'm getting excited for higher prices, right? We got it here, but we didn't get the confirmation. That's why it's crucial to get multiple days closing. It was just a fake out, and we got the repercussions of that, right? But I think if we do see this measure move play out of this diamond pattern, we will likely go up to here. That'll be more than enough, in my opinion, to gear us up for breaking out of this overall accumulation range. And when that happens, we're going to see something more or less on the lines of this move here, but on a larger degree, right? Like we're going to move up to like 250, 320. We're going to see a normal standard retracement from the all-time high to the low, the current low here. I guess that is the all-time low, which would be anything from $94 to $224. But since the breakout point is right here, I don't think we're going to stop there, man. I really don't. Maybe we find turbulence there for a very brief amount of time, around $100. That wouldn't be crazy at all. That's a psychological level. But the 618 to 69, I think that's like very much, it's like a likelihood at this point. I think that's where we're going. If not, potentially higher to the 786 or the 886. I think 600 would be the cap. That would be like the top that we could see before seeing some kind of significant restructuring, right? But or maybe not restructuring, but like consolidation, pullback, retracement, whatever. Further structuring, I should say, of like bullish price action. You know, this bottom almost wants to be a diamond in itself. Like almost it does, but it's too weird looking. I don't know what to make of it, but it just looks like an accumulation phase, right? We've been accumulating now since May of 2022, essentially, for a very long time. When it breaks, it's going to be magnificent, right? Just as this was magnificent, and this is why I don't think we're stopping at 100, man. That's 171. That's like your next area of significant resistance, right? Like kind of straight line support here, resistance there, resistance over here, right? At $100, I mean, you do have this little point, I guess, to be completely fair. It's kind of right there at 100, so we might see a little bit of turbulence there, but I don't think we're stopping there. That's all I'm trying to say. So anyways, I'm repeating myself. I'm going over really what I wanted to go over, what the whole point of this video was, is that this pullback, very normal, expected even. I know I mentioned it a few days ago, before the price was even up at these $60 areas, whenever we were still at like $58, $59, but here we are at 57. Probably a last opportunity to buy before we see this thing really break out, and I think it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to have its time in the fun of the sun. It's going to have its time in the limelight. We're getting there any day now, any week now. I probably will chill on these videos with compound unless things start getting exciting. Then we're going to be getting daily videos. But I did just want to talk about this pullback and say it's totally normal. I hope nobody's scared or getting worried about it. I think it looks fine. I think it totally looks fine. You're at your 50 area on the daily RSI, looking good. Weekly RSI looks decent. Looks like it's wound up and it's ready to go too, man. Yeah, I like everything about the chart right now. Just waiting. It's a ticking time bomb, man. It's about to go off. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think it's about to go up? Do you think it's about to break down? Is this a fool's prophecy for us to go up higher? Is it really just dirt trash that's going to go down? Let me know what you think. And if you'd like to know more about compound too, like maybe you want me to do a video on like a review of it on a fundamental perspective, let me know if that's a good idea or not as well. Because I'm fine with just doing the TA, man. But I do know, with the coins that I'm personally invested in, I don't mind going into the fundamentals a little bit more, because these are coins that I more advocate for, right? There's not many coins that I'm like, get into this, right? Like this one, I'm very much like, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but you're probably going to be okay in a month or two if you get into this thing right now. For a short play, you don't even have to hold it for the whole cycle. I think it's going to go much higher, right? I think we're going to see thousands of dollars. $8,000 is like the top price. 8,800 is the top price prediction that I have for this thing. But you could play the short play right now. Maybe you don't see it that way, but you buy it here, you sell it between like $400 and $200, and then you put it in the thing that you actually want to like invest in for the long haul of the bull cycle, whatever. But I know I've got a lot of you out there who've been saying that you want to play this for the short play. No problem with that, man. No problem with that at all. I'm going to play it for the long play. Some of it's going to be for the short play too, but a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I think in a very short amount of time, there are significant higher prices to be taken advantage of, in my genuine opinion. Yeah. And that's really all I got to say, man. So hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to do this real quick just to see if we got anything. Hold on. Come on now. Come on. Right up in there. 254. 280, 254, man. 250 to 280, yeah. Could be where you're going. Might be destined. Just might be. You got a lot of volume in this accumulation range, man. There you go at 100 area, yeah. 250 to 280, man. I think that's where you're going. You could go higher, but 250 to 280, I think you're going there. Decent gains from here, man. Pretty decent gains, right? Let's say it's 230. That's a 4x. It's not bad, man. Not bad. And it's going to happen fast. I don't mean it's going to happen tomorrow, but when we do break out, it's going to be a move like this. But bigger, significantly bigger. So anyways, for real, I'm done. Take care. Bye-bye.